Hi, hi, hi. Oh, Coach Guest,
Yes, sir.
Coach Rayner. They are Parkway boys basketball. What's up, Coach?
How you doing today? Glad to have you here.
Coach,
Good to be here. Thanks for coming.
say it again. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
Barry White. This guy, when he finishes his career in coaching, he's gonna become a crooner. He's gonna be wooing women.
I don't know if my wife would like that.
Oh, they don't care. Don't worry about all that. Coach, so tell us about Coach Guest.
Coach Guest. Well, this has been a great 9 years I've been at Parkway. It's been a great opportunity for me that Bossier Parish allowed me to have. Before that, I spent 10 years at Byrd High School over in Shreveport. And, it's been a blessing. I'm originally from Texas, been in Louisiana now for 21 years, and it's been a good time for me.
Coach Rayner, same question.
All right, yeah, this is my 16th year at Parkway. This is my almost 19th year in the parish. I went to this high school, not in this particular location, but to Parkway, and went off and played some college basketball, and came back home, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. We've been with Coach Guest the past 9 years. After serving under Coach Terry Josting, who's at Halton now, and then having the program myself for a couple of years. And, I've loved every minute of being a part of Parkway basketball.
When the word reputation, sometimes it goes ahead of you way before you're ever seen. From my understanding, your reputation went way ahead of you, and it preceded you with nothing but goodness and greatness. Where'd you get your love for coaching?
Oh, I've loved basketball for a long time. And, I went to college, thought I was going to be an architect until they made me take calculus. So I found out real quick I'm not cut out for that mess. But I've always loved basketball, and once I got involved in it, then I fell in love with those relationships that you have with players, and watching young men turn into men, and seeing them grow from late, immature, sensitive to men who know how to accomplish a task, determination to finish something, and it's just a blessing to watch them grow up and form a team to accomplish that goal.
Coach, as a guy who wore the Parkway colors, how much does it mean to you? Again, the entire history of Parkway. How much does it mean to you to be able to give back and be a steward over the same kids that come from the same community that you came from, and knowing what you missed from your coach here, and how do you give that back?
Oh man, it's just it's a blessing. Number one, just to be able to come and coach these kids every day. This is not traditionally a basketball community per se. Even when I came here back in 1993 as a sophomore, the 2 years before I came, they were 0-52, so when I came to this school, we had some challenges that faced us as a basketball team. We had a coach here who was really invested in basketball. He really wanted to put forth a product on the floor that could win games, and even though that's what we wanted and we all could see that, the struggle was still real, and we won some games here and there, and junior year was pretty solid, and then you just don't have that level of talent necessarily that it takes to win big here, and so when I had the opportunity to go out and play college basketball and learn from some really good college coaches, Rennie Bailey, who's now at Minden High, who's my junior college coach at Panola, and then Coach Mike McConaughey, who we all know is at Northwestern State, who's this is his 20th season there, and was at Bipsy 16 seasons, and just won a lot of basketball games. Great guy, coach's guy, players coach. I wanted to go back, I knew, to this community and be able to take what I learned and put it on these guys. It's been hard. It's you don't have that level of talent all the time, but there's ways that we've been able to find over the years. Coach Guest can attest to it. Of getting these guys to understand, hey, we're not as talented. We don't have the size, but we can always work. And I just kind of feel like we've been able to instill that in our kids, and now it's getting to the point where when they step on campus, they understand what the expectation is because of the kids what the kids before them showed them. And so that's just been, a credit to Coach and what we've been able to do here.
Coach, talking to some of your kids at some point, the word that they used were, we weren't used to winning, and now we have won. Those kids, the impression that they gave me is that they didn't want to lose that feeling of winning because you guys hadn't been here on the winning side for a while. What'd you have to do to change the culture and the mindset to get these guys to winning?
It's not so much what I had to do, it's so much what they had to do. Because we're a 5A school, 6'2" and under. That's what Coach was touching on right there. We're not the most talented. We're not the biggest. You saw it yourself last Friday night. We came to your gym. And although we came up a little short, we battled so stinking hard. I mean, our guys have sold out to the culture of toughness and the culture of outwork your opponent every day, not just on Tuesday and Friday, every day. When we go to the weight room with our basketball guys in October, we put up on the whiteboard who we outworking today, and we'll write a school name up there. Don't let them outwork us today, right? It's just that culture of we're tougher. We're going to do things right. We're going to put our bodies in the way. That's how we're going to defend. And it's not an easy thing to do. That's why I say the players have to, we've had a few lean years, and we've had players who bought in, but not 12. And this year we had all the way down the roster. Every kid was willing to take charges, get on the ball, on the floor. Every kid, every 50-50 ball, that's an 80-20 ball. That's the way they think. And that level of toughness is not an easy way to play, but we don't have a 6'8" shot blocker, clean it all up. If a guy goes by me, no big deal. Big boys in there. We don't have that, So that's what our guys have done.
You guys had some uber big wins this year. I know you're not a I guy. That sound right? You're not a credit guy, but you gotta. I want you to thank yourself a little bit right now. How much did those wins mean to you?
Well, again, they meant to our team. That's what they meant. They meant a lot to our team. We had Red River was probably the first one. Would you agree with that, Coach? I mean, in terms of can we play with some of the better teams in the state? We met Red River in a tournament, and they are definitely one of the better teams in the state. And our guys just started to believe in that hard work and that when you defend, you're in every game. Defense travels no matter what gym you're in. And so when they beat Red River that day, not only did it change our team's mindset, it changed our PowerPoint future for the season as well. And then they started believing, well, we can beat Red River. Who else can we beat? The next thing you know, we knock off Calvary with their 267 kids. And we Bryce Roberts makes a 3-pointer at the buzzer, but we had to fight the whole game long to be in that position. And Bryce knocked it down, and we won that game. Well, that's a huge PowerPoint game and a huge confidence game. And so then it stretched into District 2. They got 267 kids at Calvary. Now just 2 kids are 6'5". Let's go play them too. And so it just got contagious around our program, and now even our freshmen and JV guys who weren't in those varsity games, they understand. You know what? We got a chance, because when we play this hard and we defend this way, we got a chance. We're gonna make enough points somehow, some way. We're gonna make enough points.
I think we had a telekinetic moment. As you were saying contagious, the thought contagious in part with winning, it was right there in my forefront of my mind. What do you got to do, Coach, to keep the winning contagious atmosphere in your main gym?
You got to keep the expectations what they are. And you gotta lay them out there, and the kids have to understand that they have to meet the expectation, every day. And if they don't meet it, they exceed it, but they never come short of it every single day. And that's just the culture that we've built, And that's how we keep things going. Work. Your work ethic is something that can be pushed on others. Guy sees you working hard, he doesn't want to be the only one in the gym not working hard. He doesn't want to be the guy that everybody's getting on. So he decides, he makes a decision, hey, I better work, I better get my butt in line, or my teammates are gonna hate me because we're gonna be on that line. Right. And so we just been really firm believers in teaching them that, hey, if you want it, you got to work for it. And that's what's going to get it for you. And they've bought in, like Coach said, on our varsity roster down the line, and then with the JV and the freshman kids as well, and so that's the challenge every day is showing up, with our mindset is when we show up, we work, and if we show them we work, they work. Outstanding.
Coach, yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here today.
Coach Rayner, thank you. Any parting shout-outs?
Parting shout-outs like you want a hashtag?
Hashtag.
I don't do that. You're the only guy I ever see on social media. I don't do much of that. So,
okay.
But am I thankful for a lot of folks? Yeah. I mean, I got to maybe my guys will be fortunate enough. This is what we told our senior guys. Maybe one day some woman will think you're the one. Yeah, and maybe one day you'll get as lucky enough as I was to have a sweetie, right? Because we've been married 38 years. Wow. She's put up with me. 38 years she's put up with me. So yeah, that's a long time. I'm glad these boys only have to play 4 years, right? Because they've had enough. But I've got a lot of folks in my life that I'm thankful to. Mm-hmm.
Same thing with me. It's just this. I tell you what, my wife and my family, of course, shout out to them all the time. But how about the people of the community? because it's a special community. You don't find too many communities around in this area, Northwest Louisiana, that have one feeder middle school that feeds into one high school, and everybody knows everybody, and everybody's bought into what everybody's doing, and they all support each other. Every athletic program that we have at our school supports the others. You can't go to a baseball game without seeing the head football coach, or girls basketball game without seeing the boys basketball. Girls basketball traveled down to Sulphur, second round of the playoffs. Coach Guess and I traveled right with them. We just believe in one another, and that's big for us in our community. That's what keeps us all going.
Thank you guys very much. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Brotherton.
Good afternoon, Off the Bench Sports family. Joining us at this moment is Parkway Panthers football coach Brotherton. What's up, Coach?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm absolutely, amazingly, fantastic, wonderful. Great start to the day.
I'm glad somebody is. Came all the way up from Baton Rouge.
I want to thank you for joining me.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. New position.
New position. Hit the ground running January the 7th. Finished up last football season at Captain Shreve. Spent 5 years there as offense coordinator. Before that, I was head coach at Plain Dillon High School for 4 years. And before that, 6 years at Airline. So I've been around about 15 years and been in the parish for a while. I've been around Parkway, know a little bit about the community and the school. So, I'm excited I was able to get in here this semester and hit the ground running.
You look like you are about 25 years old.
25.
Is it the Wolverine beard that gives you the young appeal?
That it is, and that's why my wife wants me to cut it. And that's what I tell her. I got to stay young and cover up some of the fat, on my face. So
Right.
I'm 37 years old.
How'd you get into coaching high school football?
I love high school football. I've always have. I grew up in a high school football family. My dad coached 33 years at Halton High School. So by the time I was a year old, I was being passed around in the stands at high school football games. And there's not many Thursday, Friday nights, in the fall that I wasn't at a football game, either watching with Dad or watching him coach. Ball boy at age of 5, grew up on the sideline. Have an older brother that's in coaching. He's the head coach out at Halton. So it's been in my family, been in my blood. Love sports, always been loving sports. If I couldn't continue my playing career, I wanted to get into coaching. So, as soon as my high school days ended, I went to college, and a lot of college kids probably out partying and drinking, and I was concentrating on X's and O's. So I enjoyed college, but I did. I was ready to get into coaching and get going as soon as I could.
Man, this seems outside looking in. Both of us outside looking in. What's the first thing that you learned about your new kids?
I knew a lot of the kids just from coaching against them. We're in the same district at Captain Shreve. I know the success they had in the late 2010s, early 2010s, about 7-8 years ago. So I know the success down here. Knew a lot of the families. I grew up in Halton, which is, just a rock throw from here. So I knew a lot about the school, knew a lot about the kids, the families. But what I've been impressed with probably the most is the change that has taken place in the last month and a half. Just the kids buying in, working, laughing, wanting to go into that weight room and work out, or wanting to go into that field house and find out what we're doing today and what we're going to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And that's been the biggest, just biggest moment for me, just being satisfied with that and the way that things have gone in this first month and a half, 2 months.
What's your favorite catchphrase to the kids?
I laugh because they make fun of me sometimes with my mannerisms. But I tell them all the time, you have to hate losing more than you like winning. So they've kind of picked up on that, and we do a lot of competition days and things in the weight room. And when I tell them it's competition, it's 60 kids chanting that and yelling it. So that's kind of the big catchphrase, I guess, that they love to hear me say.
What do you do to change the culture as far as being the hardest workers in the district, and then being the hardest workers in bi-regional, being the hardest workers in the quarterfinals, being the hardest workers in the semifinals, and then becoming state champions?
Keep working. I think you have to be you. I don't think you come in and change and try to be somebody that you're not. I'm a big guy that I'm going to tell you what we need to do, what we need to accomplish, and how we're going to do it, and you have to lead by example. It's not anything that there's not a magic wand or anything you can wave over a kid to make them work. They're going to take on a role that you give them, you assign them. But the big thing is as the head coach and get your assistant coaches to work hard, show the kids how to work hard and what's expected. And if they see you working hard, they're going to do the same thing. And I think that's something that you try to establish, and we've established that, and we've put it in these 2 months. And I'm telling you, you can see a change, from week 1 to where we're at now. At the 17-week mark or 9-week mark. 18 weeks semester.
Tell me about, what do you guys do to win day 1 for spring football, and then how do you carry that over into summer?
Well, it's really important for us. We're coming in with new offensive scheme, new faces. So that's going to be number one. We're getting ready to start implementing that offense and get going and hit the ground running there. But you have to go in with spring practice, and you have to have an idea of what you want to accomplish. You don't want to put a whole lot of stock in winning a spring game. That's nice, but you really just try to improve every single day, work hard, and for these kids, for the first time, they're going to see how we coach. They haven't seen that yet. They've seen us in the weight room, they've seen us in conditioning and seen us at track and things like that. But when we get on the field and you're out there for 2 hours, how do we act? How do we coach? How do we, and then how are they going to respond to the change?
You said earlier, Dad coached 33 years. You have a big brother that coaches at Houghton High School. How much do you lean on those guys when you get into a jam, or if it's a situation you haven't encountered before, even though you've been doing this for a while now? It's always something that may become anew that we need help with. How much value does those guys add to your life?
Well, early on, Dad was big. Just trying to become a coach and getting into coaching for the first time, and those first few years, you can really lean on him. But my brother, he's 7 years older. But we're like best friends. We talk every day, whether it's football, family, whatever. We're gonna at some point today or every day. He's going to call me, or I'm going to call him, and we're going to have a conversation. And a lot of times it does get to football. He bounces ideas off me. I'll bounce ideas off him. And he's been doing it for 22 years, and I've got 15 in. So, we start talking. There's a lot of things that we have encountered and we've gone through, and we can bounce those ideas off each other. But saying that, it's like something new happens every day. That one of us hadn't encountered. You never know what you're going to get day in and day out from these kids sometimes.
Right. Coach Brotherton.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. I don't believe in telling Coach good luck, because if you needed luck, you wouldn't ask those kids to come in and prepare in the weight room. During the off season, you wouldn't ask them to do gassers. You wouldn't ask them to do all the things that it takes to become a Parkway Panther football player. that exudes pride and tradition and all of those other things that make this place great. So I'm going to tell you, have fun and
sir.
enjoy the ride.
I will. I
Any
will.
parting shout-outs?
Listening to our basketball guys, they gave a shout out to their wives, so I'm obligated to do that. So definitely want to give a shout out to my wife, family, and just all the support and all the people that have played a hand in me, getting here and being involved and have helped me out, early on in these first 2 months. So that's it.
Thank you. Enjoy your day. Have fun. Win the moment. Remember, get off the bench. Get into the game. Be sober. Smiles. All smiles. All smiles. So, joining us right now, the mean one, the super nice one.
That's right.
The mean one.
Why gotta be me?
Nah, I'm just playing, Coach. Joining us right now is
Alice Robinson with Parkway Lady Panthers basketball.
Gloria Williams, Parkway Lady Panther basketball.
Parkway head.
Yeah. Y'all
They-
gonna put that in there? We're all the same.
We all the same?
Yes, sir.
Okay, joining us right now is Hobart Grayson III, Parkway Lady Panthers basketball.
Yes, sir.
I'm officially a part of the coaching staff because we're all the same.
We're in it together.
Just kidding. Y'all know I like to joke a lot, man. So, no, this serious. Let's get serious now. Let's get to business. Coach Will, how long have you been at it?
Ooh, total or just here?
Total.
I've been in the game for 14 years now.
How much have you learned?
Every minute of it.
What is it giving you?
Life.
So, I asked her 3 questions without the mic. She kept answering. You're a team player.
Yes, sir. I am a team player.
Coach Alice?
Yes, sir.
Alicia?
Alice. You gonna say it? You gotta say it correctly.
Say, I'm sorry. She gave me a little hard time. I had to pay her back. Now, it's Coach Alice. What's up, Coach? Give us a little bio.
Give you a little bio.
Yeah, bio. Yeah, your basketball career, your basketball track.
Basketball.
Oh, and you got to tell us why your name is on the wall in the gym.
Because I'm a legend.
Whoa!
Let's see. I went to Parkway High. I played here. Jersey retired in 2012. No, 14 or 15. I went on to play college basketball at Trinity Valley Junior College in Athens, Texas. Won a national championship there, 36-0. And then transferred down to Lamar University and won there also, and been back here. This is my first full year back at Parkway. I coached on the collegiate level for 3 years, and I feel my purpose is on the high school level, helping the youth.
That's a lot.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. I'm going to tell you, and I tell a lot of coaches this. I love to see when student athletes go on to become collegiate athletes, and then they stick around and become collegiate coaches, and then take what they've learned and bring it back to the high school level. Gives our girls and boys a bigger chance to be greater.
Right.
Like, it really should help their learning curve, because I've not seen one young coach that played at the college level and then turned around immediately after and coached at the college level that didn't bring a gang of energy back with them. Skill set, knowledge, understanding. How much easier does it make your job having Coach Alice on the staff?
It's made it tremendously a lot easier for myself. She steps in and she can take the lead, but she doesn't right now. She just does whatever she's asked. I don't have to worry about the kids and discipline. I don't have to worry about them not practicing. I don't have to worry about them not having anything that they need when it comes to basketball, from skill set to conditioning to weightlifting and weights and conditioning. It's awesome. It's made my life a lot easier this year.
Looking into your eyes, you still see that, you're talking about basketball right now. I still see a fire that burns bright in your eyes watching you. What drives you right now?
Just the love of the game. I grew up just loving the game of basketball. My aunties played just on a high school level, but for whatever reason, I can remember being in elementary school and watching them and their teammates play and hearing about, Angela Turner and Kim Mulkeys, and that's what drives me. The history of basketball and knowing how much basketball can change young ladies' lives.
Man, you hear a lot of different. I hear a lot of different stories. Talking to coaches all across the state, this story here of pursuing greatness. How much has it affected your everyday life?
Every day. I mean, it's just a battle, every day. And the good thing about it is that's life. Once you reach one goal, then you set another goal, and you're always striving, for greatness, and you're striving for success. It never ends, and the sooner you learn that, the better.
What do you, out of all of your experiences, which one do you hold closest to your heart that you give to these young ladies every day?
Ooh. Out of all my experience, my freshman year in college, we made it to the national championship when we lost. So we had like these bracelets where our coaches made SPS, second place sucks. So we held on to that, and I still hold on to that today because I don't like to lose, and I know what it takes to win, the amount of work you have to put in to win a championship. Like, it's a fight, it's a battle every day, practice, in the classroom. Every day you have to do something to get to that point, where like, I got this. So I try to keep that in their heads, like, it's a battle. Nothing is given to us, so we have to work for it, just as in life as well. So if anything, I'm always on them about really everything, even like the little things, because the little things matter. The little things eventually turns to the big picture, and you're not going to see that until you get that final result that you're searching for. So
The word that immediately came to my mind when you thought about that and her and this team is perseverance. That's what, and that's what you're saying in a nutshell. You got to persevere. You got to push through. Got to fight, no matter what.
We were chopping it up yesterday, and I just couldn't stop laughing when you said this, because I just saw my son so much in all of that, and it was you can't get a reward for something that you didn't work for. And for you guys, in talking to you, how do you take that message and give it to your girls in a way that this off season, through spring workouts and then through the beginning of summer workouts, how do you transform that into wins?
The last game that we played kind of is it's old news, but it's fresh on every coaching member of this squad. It's fresh on our minds. And we have to take that and build off of the way that they felt at the end of that. You don't want that feeling, so this is the beginning of not feeling like that ever again. So you've got to put the work in the off season. And at the end of that game, we told them the off season is going to be key and so important for us this year because we are young, and we have the talent that's here. But if the talent doesn't work, then you're not going to get the results that you want. You're going to have to work in the off season. And I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell you like it is. There's no, I know the pussyfooting around it. It's just truth. It's the truth. And you take it and you adjust your life to it, or you don't. That means that you don't want to grow, if you can't take the truth. The truth is what it is.
So you gave your team one quotable moment that you should get put on a billboard to go in the locker room. I'm going to give you another one. Do my best to attempt to give you another one. And that is, if you give your best effort every single day, at the end of the race, you won't have a tear to cry.
I'll agree with that 100%.
Like, it's no tears to be cried if you're giving your best effort.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of the day, even though you may not win the final destination of becoming a champion, you won what you were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And if everybody gives their best effort to that, then the final destination will be achieved of becoming a championship team. Absolutely. And a championship coach. And you're already being a champion at being mean. Not giving you any more credit on. I'm sorry, Coach.
Every kid on our team would agree with that. Every last one of them, especially the coach.
So, parting shout-outs.
Oh, of course, I'd like to thank God for giving me this desire and gift and passion. My family for always being there, for me through thick and thin. My kids, love them. I'd like to thank Mr. Bates, because he did give me the opportunity to be the head coach here. He's the guy that, hired me for this position. And Bossier Parish, so go Sobo.
Go Sobo?
South Bossier.
Oh, see, you got to be a Bossier resident to know that. I don't know. Go Sobo.
Yeah.
Coach, no parting shout-outs. You're just gonna keep doing it. Really?
I got my coaching staff.
Oh, no, we can't. Okay,
I can't
there you
go
go.
back. No take back.
There you go.
So
Come
I'd
on.
like to thank Over the Bridge Robinson for all the efforts that they put through. It's a nice name.
It's a nice name. It's catchy.
Say, get off the bench.
Get off the bench.
Get in the game.
Go.
Get off the bench.
Get in the game.
There you have it. Coach Gloria, Coach Alice, Parkway Panthers ladies basketball. See you next time.